How is it that we're in 2020? 2020, someone came along and they slashed four of my son's tires, two of my tires. Now we have to call a tow truck to come in and get our tires so that they can service it so we can get all new tires. Now, in the process, I noticed that the neighborhood, all of a sudden, the street got real busy. And you just see the cars, they just going zoom, 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 zoom. They back and forth because it's a display for them that his car is sitting on the ground and I have two tires next to him that's also on the ground. But at the time that this had occurred, there was someone that was doing work outside in the backyard for me because I had them to take down some trees and to do a little beautification in the yard. So I'm like, okay, like who would want to slash the tires? And what they did was they wanted to make it seem like it was his girlfriend who had done it. And these are some, and so they thought they were getting away with something, but hey, I peeped their whole card. Because what they did was they used a vehicle that looked just like hers, had it ride down the street to make it seem like she came to see what was going on and leave. And I said, you got to come with one better than that because guess what? At the time that they were doing this, she was on the phone talking to my son about his tires being slashed, and it definitely wasn't her in the car that was riding by. But this is what when I realized that okay, there's something a little more sinister going on in this neighborhood, and you know what? Oh boy, it gets even better. So now, after the tires have been slashed and we had someone to come and tow the car, and we move on, my granddaughter, she has a little friend over. So now her pocketbook goes missing. And when her pocketbook goes missing, she's thinking that her little friend took it. Her little friend did not take the pocketbook. What happened with the pocketbook was somebody else had came in and took the pocketbook and we didn't know what happened to it. We searched in the closet, we moved every item, everything, and looked all over for it. Could not find it. Okay. We gave up on the pocketbook. It wasn't until, and I'm going to jump the meter, jump ahead a little bit. It wasn't until I had put my house up for sale. When I put my house up for sale, there were so many items that actually went missing. And oh boy, did all those things start showing up because they thought I was going to sell my house. So the reason why I'm doing this video right now is because I want to show you the locks, the latches, and everything that I did that I basically made myself a prisoner to try to keep these folks from coming in my house. But there's a lot of other things that happen before the latches. So we're in 2021. Let's go to 2022. In 2022, I go up north and go to visit a friend. And at the time, the friend I went to visit, he ended up dying. So I ended up going to a funeral, not realizing that was the reason why he kept telling me for me to come on because he wanted to see me before he passed on. And heartbreaking because he was really such a really good friend to me. And he was a very big community person where I'm from. But nevertheless, I stayed and I tried to help his candidate because it was election time. So I stayed to help his candidate. And after I stayed to help his candidate, in the process, my son had decided that he was going to move. So he ended up moving out. And so when he moved out, I came home. When I came home, I actually stopped to the door. I opened up the door. And when I opened up the door, it was like, oh my God, just took the breath out of me. I was like, what happened here? It was like the smell, the scent. It was enough to wake a dead man up. Oh yeah, it was smelling just that bad. And so the only thing I could do was I just left my suitcase at the door, grabbed some rubber gloves, and I do what I do best, clean. So what I did was I got the cleaning stuff going and I just started cleaning. And it was just unbelievable that someone had came in my house and they went from the top floor down to the bottom floor and they smeared feces on everything in my house. So can you imagine that you walk in your house and you work real hard for your stuff and somebody come in your house and they had the audacity to smear feces all over your things? Who does that? This should not happen to anybody in America. So yeah, now I'm sounding like I'm getting a little angry because you know what? It was utterly unbelievable and disgusting. Disgusting. I gotta take a breath on this one. I gotta have me a drink of water. I'll be right back.